What if you can make a year of progress in just 7 weeks? Sound impossible? Well, in this video I'll show you how one school does and how you can apply it at home. Meadowmount is a 7-week program for string players and pianists. It's like an Olympic training camp, but for musicians, where about 200 students live and practice together with one goal: get better fast. Okay, perhaps the first secret isn't a real secret. Students practice for about 5 hours a day, but there are a couple of details that are important. First, they have to hand in their phones at night, so they get a good night's sleep, and they only get it back the next morning after logging the practice hours. So they practice without distractions. They also work in 15-minute increments with 10 minutes rest in between to keep focus high, which is how I like to practice myself, except I use a Pomodoro timer, which is 25 minutes of practice followed by 5 minutes of rest. One final thing is that there's a great attention to detail. So students weren't noodling around for 5 hours, they knew exactly what they were working on. Imagine living with 200 people who all care about the same thing as much as you do. You walk through the halls and hear other students practicing all day, which is motivating and it's inspiring to see all your friends improving. And this raises the bar for yourself as well. You are held to that high standard. And I think one student summed it up best when she said that the two most important things to improve as a musician are discipline and inspiration. And besides just hearing other people play, besides solo playing, Meadowmount also has a big focus on chamber music.
Being in a chamber music group is absolutely essential for the development of a musician both artistically and socially.
Staying in time with a metronome is one thing, and it's definitely important, but playing with others is a whole new dimension. It improves your timing, your listening, your knowledge of the piece you're playing, and that's something you can't develop on your own. It also adds a new layer of accountability and raises the energy and standard.
Chamber music at Meadowmount is probably one of the best experiences of my life actually, because I get to learn from other musicians.
Here's another thing that I thought was really interesting. The halls are filled with pictures from past alumni, famous musicians such as Yo-Yo Ma, Joshua Bell, Michael Rabin. And knowing you are in the same place as famous musicians has to raise your belief in yourself. If they could do it, why not you? Which reminds me of that famous quote: "The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he cannot are both usually right." They obviously have great teachers there. Most of the practice is done solo, but teachers are constantly giving pointers and are pushing their students in the right way. And getting feedback and coaching is so important for that. It reduces your learning time and prevents bad habits from being formed. And even if you're a great player, it's hard to see things yourself objectively, and there are some things you just won't notice while playing. And besides feedback from teachers, they also got feedback from students. There were extra lessons, master classes, guest artists, which obviously all help to improve faster. Finally, besides practicing, there's a huge focus on performing. And performing is obviously very different from practicing. There's extra pressure, so you have to step up your playing. Seeing other students perform and improve motivates and inspires you. And you don't want to be that one guy on stage with an abysmal performance. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fear is a great motivator, and pressure builds diamonds. So those were 6 secrets of the Meadowmount School. To quickly recap: focus, long practice with attention to detail, being surrounded by like-minded people, playing with others, having a psychological edge, coaching and feedback, performances. How to apply this at home. You obviously can't recreate this experience without going there yourselves, but there are definitely lessons you can apply into your practice at home. 1. Deep focus practice. Know exactly what your goals are and what you're working towards. Don't mindlessly play, but pay great attention to detail and fix every mistake. Good practice is active problem solving. And when you go to practice, focus on practice. Try to eliminate distractions as much as you can. 2. Shape your environment. Try to find some friends who also play an instrument and practice together. This raises your accountability and teaches you things you can't develop on your own. 3. Believe in yourself. Even your guitar heroes are humans. I don't think talent is some skill that is randomly distributed at birth. Sure, some people might learn faster than others, but I think with the right approach, everyone can be great. And even guys like Steve Vai didn't magically become great. They practice and then practice some more. Their talent was cultivated. So don't place a limit on yourself and start believing in yourself. 4. Feedback. Try to get some feedback on your playing. Even if you can't afford regular guitar lessons, perhaps you can book one lesson to get some feedback on your playing. Or maybe you can find an online community and get feedback there. At the very least, film yourself playing. It will show you many things you didn't notice during playing. 5. Coaching. YouTube is this wonderful place where you can find many free lessons and masterclasses from amazing players, so take advantage of that. You can pick up many little details and practice tips for free. 6. Performing. Maybe you can find an open mic and play there, or tell everyone and their mother that you play the guitar. So next time you're invited to a birthday party, everyone expects you to play. Some extra pressure and a deadline gives you that extra spark for your practice. Now, you don't have to apply all these tips at the same time, but try some of them and let me know if they helped. I'm sure they will. And one more thing, if you want to level up your practice, then you have to do 3 things that all top performers do when practicing. And you can check them out in this video.